And I am Lucy Liu, Credit Conversations with Lucy, every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
And most importantly, I'm Joanna with Real Awakening every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about real estate investing.
With that radio voice, you better go ahead now.
She's such a professional.
She is. She said most importantly. Now back to you, Dr. Bizness.
What is so interesting about this is that she does real estate investing. So real estate, having a roof over your head, she does credit. So obviously financial literacy, getting people prepared and things of that nature, and she deals with the shacking up piece. So,
okay. So when you get the house,
so when you get the house,
shade has been thrown.
I told you shots fired.
Right, but stay in the okay.
Stay in the front.
for you it works
Go
though.
Matrix on
Yeah.
us. Excellent.
Why should people invest in real estate?
Oh my goodness, real estate is the #1 wealth producer in the world. Definitely in the U.S., but also all over the world. It's a resource that everyone will always need, somewhere to live. And if you can be on the profitable end of that, then you're in a better position. So even just having one rental property can really change your life. I mean, having that extra income without actually working, just making a very smart decision, can be very profitable for you. And it's also one of the few things, a tangible asset that you can invest in and pass on to your loved ones and create that generational wealth.
What if you have no loved ones?
Then you can
Stop
pass it
talking
on to
about
a
me.
charity.
I was looking out for you, trying to find out what your options are.
Asking for a friend. I am friend. If you have no loved ones, then you can leave it to me.
There we go.
I love it.
So
I love all of
generous.
you.
But then you can will it to churches and
Absolutely.
nonprofits, and it's something that can be passed along.
Absolutely.
Generational wealth, leave an inheritance to your children's children. So all of that ties into it. So it's more than just the quick money that can come out of real estate, but it's also having something that builds generational wealth. Because I imagine my great-great-grandbabies having a picture of me on top of their mantle and the properties that I will be leaving them through inheritance. And in the will, that will be a stipulation.
Yeah.
They
If
must
they're-
have your
Oh,
picture.
that's
They want the house.
Oh my God.
Or you're gonna
because
come
he
back
gonna be
with-
around.
I was a sketch and crayon.
Actually, the picture will be there, and then it'll
He
be a
already
picture
has it.
over
Oh,
it.
top of it.
Right, it'll be a picture over the picture. They're like, oh, is that a
And that's why you have to have a very astute executor of your estate to be able to do drop-bys and visits to make sure
Wow.
that the intentions are being met.
And that's easy, because if you, the kind of house you have, I'm sure they'll have the ring, they'll be like, oh, the inspector is here. And then they'll quickly just remove the picture behind the picture and back up.
There'll already be cameras inside the house, so.
First of all, you ain't stalking nobody from the dead. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's control freak at a whole other level. Keep your house.
Right.
Matter of fact, give it to me. I'm gonna write it down and get the insurance. Now, there go you and your
And
picture.
even then, I will still buy it.
Is my she shack covered?
Definitely. Why doesn't everybody do I keep hearing the things that we buy ugly houses and, use other people's money for homes and stuff like that. If it is that simple and that easy, why isn't everybody doing it?
Well, first of all, it's
It's
not
not
that simple.
simple. It's not easy.
Okay.
But that's how they describe it in the advertisement and stuff.
Of course, that's advertising.
So education is really everything. I mean, you wouldn't want to go into surgery with someone that hadn't been educated, right?
Except that it's on the commercial. Guess who's back?
Guess who's been reinstated?
We'll figure it out in the operating room.
Yeah.
So most people just are not knowledgeable about investing in real estate or real estate in general. Generation after generation, their families have rented have been on the opposite end of real estate, and so that is what they've learned.
Is that I can't own because Mama didn't own and Daddy didn't own.
I mean, they never even know to dream that big. They don't know that they can't. It's just never been a seed planted in their head that this is even a possibility. So it's not necessarily I can't do it. It's just not even a thought.
But then you also have those people generationally that live off of the system.
Yes, absolutely.
Section 8, things of that nature. So why pay rent? Why pay a mortgage
Well, I pay anything.
when the government gonna cover it all?
Yeah.
I just need to keep popping out babies and I'm good.
Yeah,
Every baby is a pay raise.
exactly. And I love to house those people. And,
Even they, exactly. Even they need a roof.
Yeah, and still I do, encourage everyone to own some real estate somewhere. It's extremely powerful, extremely. Thank you.
So I'll be honest, I
It was cute
am.
before.
No,
It was.
Flip that. He's trying to see your bra strap. You're a pervert.
There's 3 of you now.
It's like it had bling on it.
So, well, I'll say, okay, I'm using myself as an example. I have no interest in buying a home, and it does not necessarily have anything to do with my finances.
You want a sugar daddy?
No, I don't. Sugar daddy. I'll take one.
I didn't say need, I said want. Right.
No, and the reason is I've been in a position on multiple occasions where I could put a down payment on my own, for a house. I just don't want one. I don't want the maintenance. I don't want grass, growing under my feet. I'm all, I have no children. I have no dog. I don't have a goldfish. I'm just always bouncing around. I travel a lot. I probably won't have any kids anytime soon, and if I did in the next few years, probably maybe adopt. But I don't see the selling point for where I'm at to purchase a home and land. How do you feel about that?
Well, I understand the no maintenance part. I mean, who really wants to do that?
I want
But
to
you
change. I don't
have
want to change the light
condos, you have
bulb.
condos,
Exactly,
you got
that's what I
townhouses,
said.
and
I
you
barely
have
check
the
my mail.
appliance service
Yeah.
thing with the
So,
warranties,
you can-
refrigerator, whatnot, breakdown,
I grew
people
up country
come
where
in.
Daddy did it all.
Yeah.
So I need anything. Even
Sugar
my
daddy.
my actual father,
Yes.
my
So-
biological father.
So even with those things, you can outsource everything
Mhm.
in today's time, and I outsource as much as possible. So even because you feel like you're going to be everywhere, Airbnbs are such the thing right now.
Mhm.
You can rent out your place while you're gone, no matter how long you're going to be gone, and let your tenants pay for your vacations.
That 3-month honeymoon.
It's
People
more
like that.
of the investment side. I know a lot of
I'm in a new
people that have Airbnbs and they have the owner's suite, which can't be touched. So that section of their property they don't rent out. They rent out the other pieces. And it's very profitable and it can finance all of your dreams or many of your dreams. So all those vacations you love to take can be financed by somebody else.
And people will sometimes use it for retirement purposes, especially if you don't have a matching 401k and things of that nature. A
Or
lot of
loved one.
entrepreneurs. Sugar daddy. You can actually rent it out, have somebody else pay for it, and then 20, 30 years later, you now have an asset you can cash in on and live off of for the rest of your life.
And not to mention the equity that's built too in that property.
I guess so.
So not looking at it as a home, being a home owner, but looking at it as being an unofficial property manager. I know that when I lived in DC, there were places called expat houses, and these are people that worked at the Pentagon or the White House in DC, but they lived in Delaware or on the outskirts. And they would, me being one, I would commute from Charlotte, and I would literally rent a room for the week, which was much cheaper and easier than having a hotel, because I had a kitchen, had laundry, had everything. You can do it a week at a time, a month at a time, or whatever, but they always had residual income. They always had people there. They had one house manager that lived there, but the rooms were always rented out, and it was literally tailored to just the governmental employees. Contractors, when they send people from other places, there's a place where our international service members would come, and it was just an apartment building, and somebody had bought like a whole floor. The company did, and that's where they would send their people to stay. But they put that into the contract when you have, Mohib come over from wherever, your contract is paying for that as well as his living, so they're always getting money for it.
And it
That makes
works the
sense.
same
Yeah.
way for airline people. They have crash pads
Yep.
because they're always flying. but they are in certain areas for a certain period of time, so they can crash at a particular, it's not their home, but they get to stay there. And everybody up in there is a flight attendant or a pilot or somebody. They all work for the airlines.
Right outside of military installations, you get a place in the building when they put up housing, because there's not enough military housing, they've got a list of rental properties that are on the outskirts that is offered to service members as well. You don't have to rent to them, but you're guaranteed to get your money.
That's true.
If you got a service
I don't
member.
like leaving things in people's hands. You know, we got people and a person and people and an Airbnb and I don't know. That's okay. I've learned
Being a
something.
customer service person, it seems as if you don't like people.
No. In my personal space.
Oh.
I love people, but my home
As long as
is
they're
like
over
my
there.
yeah. I
You
like
don't
my
like them
home
over
is.
here.
I don't want to see anybody's hair anywhere on my sink. I don't want
Mm.
anything that's not mine there. You know, there's a lot of trust that goes into that too with people and trusting people to oversee your property if you're not there. So that's a lot to take in. That's a lot.
So you're not a trusting person?
I am very trustworthy. I don't trust a lot of other people.
Right, that's what I was
Yeah.
suggesting.
I would say, well, strangers, absolutely. My friends are my friends, but just someone online. You know, just in New York, they had people renting out their Section 8 homes on Airbnbs.
Wow.
You serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
It's in New York. And of course, the picture, you can see a whole, you know, New York, you don't really know until you zoom in.
Right.
And it's like, oh, it was Section 8 housing. So, you know, it's always a loophole and somebody's going to find it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's smart.
Well,
Very
they
smart.
get their man to stay with them, which is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually paying her money to stay there, but the government is covering the cost.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So they use it as a
happens.
means of income. He's paying
Yeah.
discounted rent
Yeah.
and sharing the booty, but
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, New York is popping.
So that's butt rent.
It was so crazy. But
yeah, it's a bartering system.
hey,
I think Bill Gates made a comment, he made a reference to he would prefer to hire the laziest person because they'll find the quickest way to get the job done. So sometimes, you know, there's a little loophole.
Or not get
But
it done at all.
someone's going to
That'd be
find a
my
little
fear.
loophole.
It's not get it done at all. It's like you're so lazy you can't even get up to. You're supposed to sweep. There's the broom.
He's
It's
sitting
too
there.
far.
or got a leaf blower.
Sitting there with a fan.
That's quick and efficient.
Right, hey.
But,
I don't know if I want a lazy person to fix up my house and stuff, come do repair jobs and whatnot. And it could be like
I
You
guess,
know?
yeah, not in that field.
Or you
know,
can
but
be
in his field.
creative. If I was going to be creative like that, and I had to clean, like sweep a floor, I put some, what's that, like that lint roller tape on some roller skates, and I just skate around the room and enjoy myself. Put my music on. Dancing.
She's some Swiffer shoes.
Some
Yeah,
Swiffer shoes.
Little Swiffer
See,
shoes.
okay. Yeah, and then when you fall, you can have something on your butt in order to pick up the rest of the residue.
No, then I'm gonna get workman's comp.
That's where I was going with it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's when
They didn't give me a broom, so I had to be creative.
Mm,
And that's what ended up happening.
that's when they bring your butt out to the back dumpster, throw some liquor on you.
Somebody some wine out back there.
Uh-huh.
We don't have anything
Like
to
officer,
do.
she was there when I got here. I don't know who she is.
I'm like, I got my badge right here. I work for Dr. B.
She stole it. She stole it. Give her 3 hots and a cot. That's what she needs. They're gone.
That sounds like rental property.
Yeah,
We can
it could
That's
be.
in Section 8 Airbnb.
Uh-huh.
On the note of rental property, so someone comes to you, they have the credit in order. Do you find that, and with my clients, for example, they'll get their credit in order, but the roadblock is often the down payment. They may not have the money saved up. Now, is it true with buying investment properties, many lenders want more than that 3% down? Is that true?
Oh, if they're trying to buy an investment property, not their own home.
Yes.
Yeah, if the bank will usually lend up to 70%. So there's a whole other 30% they got to come to the table with, depending on the type of property they're buying. If they're looking to flip a home, then there are other types of loans out there, hard money lenders, private money lenders. Most hard money lenders lend up to 80% of the purchase and all of the rehab, so still there's that gap that needs to be filled, which could be filled by a private money lender if they don't have the money themselves. So private money lender could be anyone that you know, anyone with money or access to money where they can fund your deal. So and in most cases when you're dealing with hard money lenders or private money lenders, credit is not the number 1, 2, or 3 factor in if they're going to lend to you or not. It's all about the deal. Will they make money off of your deal? And they charge high interest rate and points, and so they want to be sure that they are secure in the deal themselves and that you actually will be able to sell it and make a profit, and then they get their cut.
Especially at the end of the day, if nobody else is going to lend to you, the
Right.
question they ask is, why should I? Because if they see red flags, then maybe I need to pay attention to some red flags also. Which is why they charge a premium for the risk associated with doing the transaction.
Right, because they didn't have any bank statements from you, any of that. They just.
Well, I mean, even if they
Even
did, they're focused on the deal themselves. So in a market like Charlotte, just about anything is going to sell.
Correct.
But did you get it at a low enough
Price
price?
point.
And do you have the contractors that are able to do the work at the right price where you still have a good profit margin? And when you sell it, you're going to make a profit and they're going to make a profit. So that's the main thing that they are looking at. They will look at, many of them will look at your credit, but it's not one of the main deciding factors.
That's what the traditional lender.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Good stuff.
Let's all go buy.
What you
I'll
said?
rent out your space.
Let's all go buy.
I wish
And
it
when
were
we
that
need
easy.
to buy, we need to call who?
When you need to buy a home, you can call me, Joanna Anderson, 704-755-5535. I am a licensed broker here in Charlotte with Wilkinson ERA, and I'm also licensed in Virginia with First Choice Realty.
What about Las Vegas?
Not yet.
No.
Working on South Carolina.
We gonna get some brothels?
No.
Wow.
I think we already have those.
That's big business in Vegas, and it's legal too. You get money on the real estate
Business.
and on the people. That
No, I only want the real
He's
estate.
already put his name.
She don't want your sticky ones.
Somebody gave me a wad of sticky ones the other day.
You took him, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. Put them right there in the washing machine. Family, you're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media.
The voice
of the community.